Hello everyone, I'm Alicia. Welcome to my Beautiful Nights channel. This video is a continuance of my last tutorial, and in that video I showed you guys how to make these awesome earrings. They're so darn cool. I love them so much. And in this tutorial I told you how I had a bracelet design that I created, and I actually got the idea for these earrings from the bracelet design, but I realized that I should show you guys how to make the earrings first because they're easier to make, and then the next video show you how to make the bracelet. So for this video I'm going to show you guys how to make the matching bracelet. Now if you didn't see this earring tutorial, I will link it down there below in the description bar, and you can also go to my YouTube channel and go to playlists and go to earrings, and you'll find the video there if you're watching this sometime down the road. So here is my bracelet. It is so cool, and I told you guys in the earring video how the earring is kind of different looking than the bracelet. So what I did is I took the end and the beginning and I made this part here into an earring, because I think it would look weird if I did an earring that was like triangular here at the top and then like this at the bottom. I don't know, it would look weird as an earring. So here is what it looks like up close, and I think this closure that I have on here with the crystals is actually from Lisa, my friend Lisa, and it's just so cool. I used the disc shell beads from BB Craft, and the twin beads are also from BB Craft, and I tried to find the it's a box that I got of twins and superduos and superunos on their site, and I couldn't find it. So I don't know if they're sold out right now, or if I just can't find it, because there has been several times where I just could not find an item, and then like later on I ended up finding it, and it wasn't that it was sold out, it just was under a weird name or something like that. So anyways, here is the bracelet. So cool. And this did turn out exactly how I planned it. When I put this on paper, when I first designed this, I drew a picture of it, but I couldn't figure out in my mind how to get the weave to work. So I finally sat down and I was playing with beads and I got it to work. So I also wanted to see what this weave, and by the way, I am calling this vertical right angle weave because how it's made, I kind of feel like it's a variation of right angle weave, and I did research. I went over all the websites that I could find online about different variations of right angle weave, and I couldn't find one like this. But because of how it's made, and here looking at this, you guys might think, I don't see right angle weave in that, but in this one, because of how it's made with the squares and it's done like on its side, I feel like it's a variation of right angle weave. So anyways, I wanted to see if I could make this into a necklace, and I did, and it's so cool. And I use bigger disc beads, and here is the necklace. And you guys are probably thinking, really, Alicia? Oh, rectangular necklace? That's weird. Well, I'll move this out of the way and show you guys. It totally is flexible and moves with your body. So this is what it looks like on. It kind of has like a fishnet look to it. It's just so cool, and it's really like flexible. Like I actually just like kind of playing with it because of how it moves, and you can actually like go here. I'll show you. I really think that I could experiment more with this design, because look at this. Do you see how that looks? Isn't that cool? And I really feel like I can go so far with this weave and create so much more. It's just really cool, and I love how this drapes on my neck. So I'm going to show you guys how to make the bracelet, and I really feel like once you understand how to make the earrings and then the bracelet, you can make this necklace on your own, because it's not hard at all. And I'm going to try to remember to come back to this necklace after I show you how to make the bracelet and explain some little things here and there so you guys can make the matching necklace if you want. But isn't it just wild? It's such a bizarre design. I love it so much. This is going to be a ton of fun. Let's get started. Here's the list of materials you will need to make a bracelet. So when I designed this bracelet, I first used 9 feet of thread, and that was enough. And because these beads here are very thin, it worked. And then when I did this necklace, I realized because my discs were thicker that I had to use more thread, and so I had to use 9 feet for this, 10 for this, and so the beads I'm using in the tutorial are even thicker than the pink beads. And so I'm thinking, to be safe, I am going to start out with 11 feet of thread, and we'll find out at the end if this is going to work or not. But for now, I'm just going to tell you guys that you will need 10 feet of 8-pound fireline, or you could do 6-pound monofilament. And like I said, at the end we'll see if I have leftover tail and if 10 feet really is the amount you need, or if you need 11. You're also going to need a size 10 beading needle. I'm using tulip beading needles because 6-pound monofilament can fit through them. If you want to use that, you can get tulip beading needles, and plus they're really durable and they last forever. You're also going to need disc beads, and like I said, I'm using this one here. It is thicker. This is actually a Czech swirl disc bead. I found these on Potomac beads, but they come in a different color. I will link them down there below in case you want to go get them for yourself. And you're also going to need 2-hole beads, and you can use different kinds of 2-hole beads. You can use twins, superduos, I think lentils, 2-hole lentil beads will work, and also these here are 2-hole bar beads, which is what I'm going to use for this bracelet because the distance between the holes is just perfect for this thick bead that I'm using. So that's why I'm using those. And these here, this is a mixture of superduos and twin beads and super unos, 3 different kinds of beads. I got this from Craft. I went on their website trying to find it, but I couldn't. Maybe I'm just putting in the wrong words. Anyways, if I do find this, I will link it down below. If you find it, please link it down below so we could share it with everybody, because this is a really cool pack that comes with all these different colors. This is the one I used for the video here, and yeah, this was a really cool find that I got from Craft. And you're also going to need 11 OC beads. I'm using Toho, but in this one I use Czech, and really I feel like you can use any brand you want for this project. And you're also going to need a clasp. I'm using a toggle, but you can use whatever you want. So this is going to be a lot of fun. Let's get started. Remember, I always put the links down there in the description bar. I put the materials down there, notes, and my social media sites, and any information you will need. I went ahead and I put my needle onto my thread, and I slid my needle about 2 feet, maybe 3 feet down. As you could see, right there is the end of my tail, and the reason why I do this is because it makes my working tail shorter and easier to work with. And as I'm working at my piece, and when my tail gets shorter to my design, I slide my needle down so that my tail does not get stuck in my work. Hope that makes sense to you, but that's a technique that I've always done. Now we have to figure out how many seed beads we will need for our disc. So what I do is I just pick up some beads, okay, and then I take a disc, and I want my seed beads to start at the center of the disc and go to the very edge. And as you can see, I only need 3 to do this. Now, something else I wanted to point out to you guys is that the disc beads I am using are double-sided. So I decided to make a double-sided bracelet, which is very rare. It doesn't happen to me all the time, but whenever I can make a double-sided piece, I do it because it's just so cool. Now, because of this, it is going to make it more challenging to me, so I have to constantly pay attention to what beads I'm picking up. So to start this, I want to do the closure, and I'm going to pick up a total of 7 beads, and there are my 7 beads. And I'm going to pick up my closure. I'm going to do the ring. Now this slides onto my beads, as you could see, but if you have a clasp that does not, then you would have to center this in the middle of your seed beads. And then I'm going to pick up a 2-hole bead, okay, and then I have to pick up 3 seed beads, and then my disc bead, and I want my green seed beads to be on this side of the blue, because this here, it just kind of blends in, so this side it will pop more. So I'm gonna go through the disc on this side, and then on this side where I have this Aurora Borealis finish, I'm going to pick up my dark beads, and I'm only going to do 3 because that's how many I need to cover the side. And I'm going to slide all of these beads down. Okay, and I think I'm going to leave like a 6-inch tail. I actually don't measure it, which I usually do, but for this project, for some reason I didn't. I did the same thing with the earrings, okay? So this is what I have. I'm going to take my needle and pass down through the 2-hole bead. Pull all the thread through. Okay, and let's see, I don't need a lot of tail. I'm just adjusting this and a little bit more. Okay, so I'm going to stop right about there. Now I'm going to take my needle and I'm going to pass through all of these seed beads again. Okay, all 7 through the clasp. I'm going to go through these 3 here, and I'm going to pull my needle through. And I just realized that I have this tail here that's going to prevent me from closing this, so I'm going to go back to right here and catch my tail and pull it out like that, so it looks like this. And I think I could still adjust this if I need to. Let's see, can I slide it down any? There we go. So I probably have about a 6-inch tail. Okay, now I have to take my needle and I have to go down through the disc bead. Every time I pick up new seed beads, I have to make sure that I'm exiting a disc. Very important. Okay, now I'm not going to reinforce this. I'm going to do that with my tail at the end. So going through the disc bead, I'm now on this side, my blue side, so I have to pick up 3 blue beads. Okay, and then a 2-hole bead and 3 blue beads. And then I'm going to go through a disc, and this is the dark blue side, so I have to go through this side of the disc. And then I'm on this side, so slide this down. I have to pick up 3 green, and I'm going to pass through my 2-hole bead like that. Pull all the thread through, go like that, pull it tight. I have to pick up 3 seed beads again, and then I'm going to pass down through this disc, pull the thread through, and pull it tight. Make sure you have no gaps. If you have gaps here, you might have to add another seed bead. You want it to be just like this, to where it's fitting together like a puzzle piece. Okay, now what I'm going to do is take the needle and pass through the blue beads, the 2-hole bead, and through the blue seed beads like this. Pull this through. Okay, stop, pull it tight, pull everything tight. We want it all to be tight. Okay, I have to pick up new seed beads. In order to do that, I have to come out of my disc. Going through the disc. I'm now on this side. You know what? Maybe this won't be so hard doing 2 different colors. It might be kind of easy. Okay, I'm on the side where I have to pick up my green beads now. And then I have to pick up a 2-hole bead. And then my green beads. Slide that down. I'm going to pick up a disc. I'm on this side of the bracelet, so I need my disc to sit like this, so I have to go down through this side and come out this side. And then I have to pick up 3 of the dark blue beads and slide all of this down. Now, I can imagine this to be frustrating to make with monofilament, using as much as I'm using, because it will twist on you. So if you're doing this with 6-pound monofilament, you will have to stop every once in a while and let your piece spin, because the monofilament is going to get all twisted. Okay, so I just went through that 2-hole bead that I just added, and then I'm pulling this down. Okay, and then I have to pick up 3 seed beads, and I'm going to pass down through my disc. This one here. Okay, going through there. Pulling it tight. So I'm trying to make my triangle. Okay, but right now I'm coming out of the middle one. So in order to do my triangle, I have to go through these green beads and the 2-hole, and through those there. And I really want to see what this design is like with 2-hole lentil beads, and I didn't have enough. I had very little of them to try it. So if you have 2-hole lentils, I would love to see a picture of it. And for some reason I don't get notifications from Facebook when you guys post pictures, so if you could show it to me on Instagram or Twitter, because then that's how I get notifications. I don't know why Facebook is like that for me. I've always been cursed with Facebook. But anyways, I would like to see it with 2-hole lentils. Okay, I'm coming out of this seed beads here, and I need to come out of this disc. So now through the disc. Okay, and I need to connect these two here together, so I have this little triangle. So I'm on this side now. That means I have to use blue beads, and I have to pick up 3, and then a 2-hole bead. I need to make sure my holes are clear. Boy, that would stink if I picked up one that was clogged. There's my beads there. And this time I'm not picking up a disc because I am connecting this together. So I'm going to go down through this disc. Okay, see, just like that. I'll show you up close. This is what I have. I have to go to this side now, and I'm going to pick up 3 green beads, and then I have to go through this bar bead or superduo, whatever you're using. There's probably even more 2-hole beads that we can use for this project, but the whole thing is, if you're going through your bead stash and you're looking for 2-hole beads, maybe you don't have superduos, what you're wanting to look for is a bead that is thin. You don't want a really thick bead. Like I thought round duos, mini round duos would work for this, but they are thick. What are they, like 4 millimeters? What have I done here? Twisted it. There we go. Okay. Yeah, you don't want them to be thick. You want them to be thin. So this is what I have right now. It's coming together. We're almost there. Make sure that you pull your short tail tight. And I'm going to pick up 3 seed beads. And then I have to go down through this disc. Like that. Pull it through. Pull it tight, and this is what I have. So cool. I love this side. I thought this side would be like the bomb, but I think that I actually like this side more. It looks like water. The blue disc looks like water to me. Okay, back to this side. I'm coming out of the disc bead. That's exactly where I need to be to pick up more beads. I'm picking up 3. Wait, those are screwy looking. Okay, and then a 2-hole. Make sure that it has 2 holes. And then 3 seed beads. Slide it down. Pick up a new bead. I'm on this side, so I have to make sure that my next bead is on this side. So I have to go through it like this. And then on here, I have to prepare to go through my 2-hole bead. So I have to pick up 3 seed beads. Slide it down. And then take the needle and go through the 2-hole bead that we just added. pull the tail through, grab onto the disc, and slide your beads on down by pulling your thread. And then I'm on this side now and I have to pick up 3 seed beads. Okay, and then I'm going to weave through this disc. This is the one we're connected to. Through there. Oh my gosh, I have a big mess to clean up. Okay. Pull that tight. And then I'm going to pass the needle through these seed beads, through the 2-hole, through the seed beads, like that. Pull it tight. You want to make sure that it's really tight around your disc beads, and then pass through the disc, and we're ready to pick up more beads. But as you can see, I have to stop and pick up all of my beads, and I will be back. But that's what we have so far. Okay, I'm now on this side, and this disc is going to stay right here. I'm going to put a new one in right there. So in order to do that, I have to pick up 3 green, and then a 2-hole, and then 3 green, slide it down, go through this bead. I'm coming out this side, so I have to go back down to the same side. And if you don't know which side to go down, you do have a 2-hole bead, you just sit it down and you could tell which side you have to go through, like I did. Okay, so passing that down, but I forgot I have to pick up 3 blues, and then pass all of them down. And then I'm going to take my needle, skip over these, and go through the 2-hole bead. And I like to hold the bead. I always try to hold the bead that I'm passing through with my needle between my fingers, because if you don't, it's going to slide all around and it's not going to tighten up the way that you need it to. Okay, and then I go like that, and then I have to pick up 3 more beads. And then I'm on this side, I have to go through this side. Woo! Jumping out of my hand. Okay, slide this down. And I need it to go like that, so that means I have to take the needle, pull this tight, and pass through all of these beads. All the ones I just added. The green, the 2-hole, like that. I'm going to pass through there, and then I'm going to pull that thread tight, and then pass through all the beads. Like this. Pull this tight. For some reason, if you hold it like this on the side and pull it tight, it works really good. Okay, now I'm going to swing around. So I have to pass through my disc, because I have to go through a disc in order to pick up new beads. That's the very important part right there. Okay, and I'm on this side, and it's going to be connecting. This is going to be connecting to this one, so I have to pick up blue now. You know, I'm trying to keep this a clean, mess-free project, but the beads, they just keep coming at me. Okay, there's my beads, and I'm going to go through this disc here, pull through, and it should look like this. Flip it over. On this side, I have to pick up 3 green and go through this 2-hole bead. Pull the thread through. Pick up 3 green. And go down this disc. Pull the threads through. Okay, so now I have this. Pull this tight. I'm coming at the disc. I have to pick up 3, that one's weird shaped. To pick up 3 seed beads. I try to avoid the thin seed beads and the ones that are thin on one side and thick on the other side because they tend to break. And then after the 3 beads there, pick up a 2-hole bead. Make sure it has 2 holes. Sometimes they're clogged and sometimes there's no hole at all. Just like this. I'm on this side. I have to go down through this. So coming out here, going through this one. Pull all the thread through. Okay, so it looks like this on that side. Looks like this on this side. And now we're going to the green. I love this green color. So pretty. I only need 3 though. I don't know why I picked up so many. And then I have to go through the bar that I added. So what we're doing right now is pretty much the same as the earring, but once we get to where we have that squares look, it's gonna change up. The pattern will change up because right now we're doing like a triangle thing. Okay, and then I have to pick up 3 more. Coming out the bar, I'm gonna go down through this disc, and always make sure that you don't pass through a seed bead. Sometimes when you go through a disc, there will be a seed bead on the other side, and your needle will pass through it, and you don't really even know it, unless you're like really, you know, paying attention to every single thing that's happening. Pull this tight. This is how it looks from the side. I think it even looks cool from the side. This design is so awesome from all angles. Okay, we're going to be adding a new disc now. But like always, we have to pick up new beads. I'm on this side, which means that I have to do blue, and I have to do 3 blue, and then a 2-hole, and then 3 blue, okay, and then my disc and my thread's coming out here. I need my bead to be like this, so I have to go down through this side, and then I have to pick up 3 green and slide down all of my beads at once. Flipping it over, I'm going to go through my 2-hole bead. Hold the 2-hole bead between your fingers, pull all your thread through. Okay, and then pick up 3 green again. Like this. And I have to go back down through this disc. Pull it tight. Turn it around and go through all of the seed beads. Like that. Pass through. pull it tight, do some adjusting, and now we're going to connect this to here. But I have to make sure that I'm going through the disc. I always have to go through a disc before I pick up new seed beads. Through there. So we're almost done with this triangle part. Almost done. Here I am. Man, this side looks so cool. Okay, I'm gonna pick up 3 green, and then a bar, 3 green, like that. I'm gonna go, coming out here, I have to go down to this one, so I'm not picking up any discs here because this section I'm just making a connection. There we go. Flipping it over, I have to pick up 3 blue, okay, and then a bar. Ooh, not a bar. That's a mistake. I'm gonna go through this bar here. Pull it tight. Sometimes you'll have to go back because, like, right here is at my thread's at a 90-degree angle. Pull that tight and then pull this tight and scooch it all down like that. Okay, I'm gonna pick up 3 blue, three hopefully uniform blues. Dang, that one was really thin. Okay, there's 3, and then through this disc, and pull it tight. So here's this side, and here is this side. And you know what? I probably should have picked up 3 dark blues here and then just had like 4 green, which I think I could still do that because I didn't reinforce this. I can just go like grab the seed beads, undo it, and I probably will do it because I'm not like extreme with my designing. And I'll pick up 3 blues there and I'll just have 4 greens, so you don't see the green on that side. I'm probably gonna do that. Yeah, I am ridiculous. I know sometimes I'm ridiculous. Like, I will literally take something apart just to change one little thing like that. Like, I would work 6 hours on the same design, and then I'll see a flaw like that, and I will go back and fix it. Okay, now I'm going to start doing this square looking pattern right here. So to do that, I'm coming out of this side, I'm coming out of the disc bead, and I have to pick up 3 seed beads that are green because we're on the green side, and then a 2-hole bead, and then 3 green. Okay, and then I have to pick up a disc, and I need to go through this side, and then I'm going to pick up 3 blue and a bar, 3 blue, like this, slide it down. Oops, I picked up too many beads. What was I thinking? Okay, so just like that. Sliding them all down. I have what looks like this. I have to take the needle past the 2-hole bead, and again I hold it between my fingers so it's not all loosey-goosey. Pull the thread through. Okay, and then pick up 3 blue and go down through this disc here. Pull it tight. And now I have to take the needle and have to pass through all of these green seed beads to the 2-hole and through the green. this. Pulling it through. Pull this tight. Like that. That's what I have. Pull this tight. Take the needle, pass through the disc. Like that. Okay, and now I have to add another disc. It's going to be right there, but I'm exiting out of this side, so I have to do 3 dark blue, my 2 hole, 3 dark blue. Okay, I need this to be flipped over. It's going to go here. So I have to pass through this side, and then I have to prepare for the next side, so picking up 3 green, sliding all the beads down, like that, pass through the bar bead, or superduo, whatever you're using. You know, if this is done with 2 lentils, I really imagine them standing out. Like, they would be really wide. Man, that would probably look so... Oh, that... Lentils would totally... Like, where it's triangle at right here, the lentils would probably touch the edges. That would be cool. That would give it a really different look. Man, I want to see what it looks like with those. Okay, now I have to pick up 3 green again. Slide those down. I'm on this side. I have to go through the disc bead. Come on, go through, needle, go through. Ouch. Pull all the tail through. Like that. Okay, it's gonna look like this. I have to pass my needle through these 7 beads, like that. Okay, and then through the disc. Like this. I now have to connect these 2, and I'm on the green side. Actually, it's this way because of my clasp. I have to pick up 3 green, my 2 hole bead, and 3 green. I'm gonna go down through this disc. Tisk, tisk. Every time I say this disc, it sounds like tisk, tisk. Oh god, I'm losing my mind. Alright, I'm on this side now. I'm gonna pick up 3 dark blue. And then I'm gonna go through my 2 hole bead, like that. Pass all the thread through. Pick up 3. And pass the needle down through my disc. Pull tight. Looks so cool. I'm loving it. Okay, I'm on this side of the bracelet. I'm gonna pick up a new disc. I have to do green now. I actually don't know how far I should go showing you guys this. I might film like too much and then end up chopping some of it off. So I'll just see, because I have no idea how long the video is right now. Okay, so that's the beads I'm picking up. I have to go down through this side, and then I have to pick up my other color. Slide them down. Go through the 2-hole bead. Okay, and then 3 seed beads. Slide them down. Go through this disc. Pass the thread through. Pull it tight. Flip it over. I have to pass through these seed beads here. Like that. Pull all the thread through. Pull it tight. Go down through the disc. Okay, and then I have to connect this disc to this one. Pick up 3, and then my bar, and then 3 again. Slide them down. Through the disc. Like that. And then 3 seed beads on this side. Through the 2-hole bead. Oh, something I wanted to mention but forgot in my last video. So where I have the 2-hole beads at, when I first started designing this, I thought that I could use a regular like 2 or 3 millimeter bead here, maybe even an 8OC bead. So that means that both strings would be passing side by side through the bead. And I tried it, and because both strings are together like this going through the bead, it causes the piece to twist, which causes it to warp. So that's why I'm doing a 2-hole bead in that area, because when I first started experimenting, I tried it with a regular 1-hole bead and it didn't work. And look at that, I just screwed up and I have to redo it in green. And since you guys already saw this, I'm just going to stop the video and fix it. But yeah, I knew I would screw up somewheres because this is challenging double-sided. So I'm going to turn this into green and I'll be back. Alright, so this is what it looks like so far. It's so darn cool. And I have to pick up a new disc, and I'm coming out this side, so I have to go down through this side, and this is my blue side, so there I go back to the blue. And I gotta stop chitter-chattering because I screwed up and picked up the wrong colors, but it's okay because I noticed it early. And I'm gonna pick up my 2-hole bead now, and then my 3 seed beads. Okay, slide this down. Go through this bead on that side, and then 3 green. Slide that down. Just like this. I'm going to pass through this 2-hole bar bead. And then 3 green. and then through the disc, pull it through like that. Go to this side, pass through all of these beads, repositioning ourselves. So see, this is like where it's like right angle weave at, because you know you gotta go through these beads again to pick up more beads. But it's like on its side, so that's where I'm getting the vertical. You're going this way instead of weaving like this. Okay, right there I am. I gotta go through the disc in order to pick up more seed beads. Okay, I'm on this side now. I have to add a new disc. I have to go through that way, but I gotta pick up 3 seed beads in a 2-hole and 3 seed beads. Like that. Down through here. And then 3 blue. Slide them all down. Go through the bar. Pass through. Tighten that up. And then the blue beads. I have to go through this disc here. Same disc that I've been working on. Okay, come out. See, I felt like when I started designing this, I was using too much of my mind. Like, I just thought it was going to be so complex. And then when I sat down and I started doing this, it just like flowed together so easily. It was weird. And because I'm doing a double-sided bracelet, it is more confusing for me. That I have to make sure I pick up the right colors. But, yeah, sometimes you think something's going to be like really difficult because of how it looks, and then you start working on it, and it's like not bad at all. And I was like, I'm telling you, I really thought about this design for almost a year now, but I just kept thinking about it in my mind. I didn't try to do it. I just kept thinking, you know, how am I going to do this? And then I sat down and I figured it out. Okay, I gotta tighten this up. It's loose. Okay, we have this so far, so I have to go through this disc, through here to pick up more beads. So I always lay it down, and so I lay it down so I can see what I have to do next. So this has to fold over, so I have to make a connection point here. I'm gonna pick up 3 beads, a bar, 3 beads, like that. Go down through this disc, this one here, and try to hug the wall of the bead when you pass through it. Whenever you pass through a needle, no matter what you're whenever you pass through a bead with a needle, or even if you're doing something without a needle, monofilament, you want to make sure that you hug the side of the wall where your beads are going to be laying. So I'm on this side, so I made sure that I went through as close as I could to this side, because when you're going through and you're wrapping around other threads, it will cause your piece to warp sometimes. And yeah, this is what I've experienced. So I don't think I've ever mentioned this before. Now 3 beads. Oops, I'm doing it again. I'm on the green side. I have to pick up 3 green. Okay. And then through the bar. And you know, I'm doing this double-sided because my disc beads are double-sided, but if you have an opaque bead that's not transparent, you could do it just double-sided with the seed beads if you're into this, you know, 2 different ways to wear a bracelet look. 3 again, and then through the disc, Pull the needle through. Pull it tight. This is what I have. I'm coming out this disc. I have to pick up a new bead. So I'm gonna go 3 blue, 2 hole, 3 blue, through the disc, like that, 3 green, slide them down. I'm going to go through the 2 hole bead, like that. Pick up 3 green, go down through this disc here, tighten this up, like that. Okay, take the needle, go through these here, like that. Pull it tight. Go through the disc. Now I have to connect these two together. So I'm going to pick up 3 green, a 2 hole, 3 green, go down through here, and then on this side pick up 3 beads and go through the 2 hole bead, and then I'm going to pick up 3 and go down to the disc. So I have this. Okay. I'm now on this side and I have to add a new disc. Here we go. It's so darn cool. I'm going to zoom in more so you can see it better. That's what this side looks like. And this side, I love this side. It's so gorgeous. It really looks like water to me. Like unbelievable, gorgeous aqua ocean water. Alright, so I'm going to keep doing this stitch, and if you have any problems, just rewind the video because we are repeating the same thing over and over. And as your needle gets closer down your thread, make sure that you slide your needle down so that your tail does not get stuck in your work, and I will come back and show you how to finish this off. Alright, I am back and I'm now down here. I continued the stitch, and now what I have to do is decrease my discs and then add my closure. And over here, when I started out, we added the closure and then I increased, and then I did this stitch continuously to here. So I think what I'm going to do is actually fast forward through this part because you guys already know the seed beads that I'm picking up. And basically I'm just going to fast forward through it so you understand how to put on the disc, because I know this video right now, I see that I have over an hour long of footage. So yeah, I'm going to fast forward it and hopefully you understand what I'm doing. I'm picking up the same seed bead counts, it's just that I have to decrease my disc beads. And yeah, let's go ahead and do it. Alright, I'm back and I'm ready to add my closure, but do you guys remember at the very beginning of the video I said that I am going to cut 11 feet of thread to be safe because my intuition was telling me, you know, that because my discs were thicker that I might need more thread. So to be safe, instead of cutting 10, I did 11, and I told you that I would report to you at the end of the video to see if I actually need 11 feet or not. So let's go ahead and measure the tail and see how much I have left. Oops, I'm going to spill my beads again. Okay, so I have exactly 11 inches left. How weird is that? So thank goodness I listened to my intuition and I cut 11 feet, because right now I would have absolutely no tail at all to tie knots. That worked out good. So I will be putting in captions at the beginning of the video to cut 11 feet instead of 10, just to be safe. So it is true, the thicker your beads, the more thread that you use up. With this one, I told you guys that I only used 9 feet because my beads were so thin. See how thin it is? But look at this one. It's really thick. So yeah, we had to use more. So to do the closure, and by the way, I did fix this end over here. Remember I had green all the way around? I did it half and half, so it looks like that. So cool. Down here, I'm coming out of the green side, so I have to pick up 3 green beads, and then one of my 2-hole beads, and then 4 green beads, and then 3 blue beads, like this. slide them down, go through the, wait, I have to pick up my clasp, pick up the bar, and then go through my bar bead. So I'm pulling my toggle bar down, and then I'll flip it over so you can see this side. And then after I pick up my toggle bar, I have to pick up 3 blue beads, like that, slide them down, go through the disc, come out the other side. Ow, I poked myself. Okay, so right there, half and half the color. So cool. And then I have to reinforce this. I'm gonna go back through all of these beads. I'm gonna do it 3 times to be safe, because you know, it's the closure. And you always want this to be reinforced because it's the weakest point of the bracelet or necklace, whatever you're making. Earrings, not so much. You can like reinforce the part that you can connect the ear wire to like 2 times and you'll be fine. Okay, and then to the disc, pull it tight. There we go. I'm gonna do it again, passing back through all of these beads. Man, thank goodness we did 11 feet. You know, I've always had this weird thing about the number 11 because I was born on the 11th, and I started my YouTube channel on the 11th, and something was just telling me to do 11. Okay, going through the disc bead. Now I'm on this side. I'm going to pass through, let's see, which side should I do? I think I'm going to go to this side. I'm going to pass through 3 seed beads in my bracelet, like that. And then I'm going to tie a knot right in front of the 2-hole bead, just like I did the earrings. Because I'm using fireline, I really can like tie the knot anywheres. But if you're using monofilament, you definitely want to tie it in front of the 2-hole bead because it has a bigger hole than the seed beads. Okay, so passing through the 2-hole bead now and through all the seed beads, hiding your knot. Then go down to the disc bead, come to this side, pass through 3 beads, make a loop right here and pass through the 2-hole bead. Wait, make a loop here, pass through the loop twice, pull the knot down, and then pass through the 2-hole bead and pass through these, go down, and you just keep going following the same thread path that you've been doing this whole time, tying knots. And then when you run out of tail on this side, I tie as many knots as I can because you know you want this to be strong. Take your needle off, go to this side, reinforce this so that you have 3 thread paths going through here, and sew back into your work, tying your knots, and you'll be all done. Now, if you're wanting to make this stitch into a necklace, what you have to do is you start making the necklace right here at the bail, just like you did on the bracelet, okay? But you're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 discs. You're going to sew them on in a straight line, okay? So you sew 5 discs on in a straight line, and then you fold at the 3rd one, you fold it over so that you have it like this, okay? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then you sew this disc to this one, and then you come back through here, and then you come out this disc, and you go in this direction, and you pick up a new disc, and then you attach these 2 together, and then you come out this disc, and then you go this way. and then you add a new disc, and then you go this way, and then you come out here, and you come down, and you add a new disc, and then you connect it to this one. So I hope that makes sense to you, and you're pretty much just going to do the whole stitch all the way to the end. And on this one, I think that I actually exited out down here, but I needed my bail to go up here, so I just did like the figure 8 sewing back up to here to add my bail, and that's it. So this is it. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. This was a lot of work. I know the video is long, but I tried my best to show it the best that I could. And I wanted it to be very informative because I do know that it is kind of a confusing design, but man, it is so cool. It's really different. And tell me what you think about this. Should I experiment more with this stitch? It's so cool and different. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please like this video, leave me a comment, subscribe if you want to see more of my videos, and make sure you click the bell button so you get notified whenever I upload new videos. And check me out on my social media sites. I'm on Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, and Twitter. Thanks for watching.